Hello, happy Thursday. It is wonderful to be connecting with you live. If we are just meeting for the first time, my name is Becca Armstrong. I've been an executive and corporate coach as well as a psychotherapist for over 17 years. It's been my joy and pleasure to train and certify and also work side by side, helping to certify over 3,000 coaches globally with experts in the field such as Bob Proctor, also working together with Marsha Weeder, the White Institute, really helping entrepreneurs, business owners, business leaders move from where they are to where they want to be. And what I specialize in is helping to bring together business strategy, the most effective, efficient business strategy, up-to-date current business strategy, together with universal laws and principles. Laws such as the law of attraction, which you might have become familiar with through the very well-known movie The Secret. Now, we've been focusing in this live series on a lot of strategy coming together with universal laws and principles that help you as an entrepreneur to accelerate. And I am biased. I believe that there is a quicker way between A and B, and you are designed to move along that path and to achieve great success. So here today, I want to focus on the area of productivity and business building effort. But not just any type of effort. I want to focus here today with you on effective effort. Oftentimes, entrepreneurs are having to really be decisive on where they put their energy, their focus, their time. And I find that a lot of my clients, when we first get together and we look at what they're doing, they're focused on a lot of things that have them very busy, but not the things that move the needle and allow them to be the most effective. Of course, that's what I love to do. I love to help people shift and change that so that you can decrease your busyness, so that you can decrease your effort and become much more specific, directing your energy, your focus, your attention, and your actions into what really allows you the most accelerated forward progress. Now, did you know that when you're meeting with prospects and you're hearing the word no, and you're hearing the word no, and you're hearing the word no, there's something very powerful that is available to you. In that moment, as we spoke about yesterday in our live series session, in that moment where you're hearing the no, you're hearing also the no that exists within you that your prospect is reflecting back to you. So this is a beautiful opportunity and gift to say, okay, where am I saying no to myself in this way in my own life? And then make the adjustment. So if you haven't had the opportunity to look at that, go to yesterday's session. You can see it in our thread here on our Facebook page. Also, we're getting ready to upload this series to YouTube. So go ahead and find us. I don't have the link yet, but I'll post and let you guys know what the link is for our YouTube channel so you can see any of these recordings as well. Because I want to put these resources in your hand, making it as easy as possible to access them and really to apply them in your life and in your business. So yesterday we focused on how to change the no to the yes. And oftentimes we try to figure out different things we can say to our prospect, different things that we can say to our client to get that yes. But what we talked about yesterday was shifting that focus from the prospect to you and saying, okay, where am I saying no to myself in this way? If I were to imagine this prospect is a mirror and they're reflecting back to me who I am and who I believe I am and the way in which I see myself and the way in which I see the world through myself, okay, what is that no that I'm giving myself and how do I shift that into a yes? What do I need to be compassionate about and with in my own self? And what is it that I need to unattach from? What is it that I can let go of? So I hope you've had the opportunity to do that. If you haven't, go ahead and do that. It's not necessary to apply what it is that we're going to talk about here today, but it will definitely be a very large contribution. Today, let's talk about the Maharishi effect. Now, for those that are familiar with meditation, you may have heard of Transcendental Meditation or TM as it's referred to frequently. They did some studies in the 1970s, I believe it was 1972, where they had people meditate. They did transcendental meditation. And the Maharishi actually shared that, and they saw this consistently happen, that when you meditate for peace, all you have to do is get 1% of the population to meditate for peace and in a state of peace, and it will actually bring peace to the rest of the population. Now, this actually works with the term and the state of resonance in science, okay, which says that everything that is on the same frequency actually communicates with one another. Okay, so you have a resonance effect, and you actually have a collective resonance effect. Okay, so that's what this works with. You can see it in particles, you can see it in atomic structures and atoms. And of course, we are a nice collection of particles and atoms here. So what they found is that when somebody's meditating, that person who's meditating, if they are as little as 1% of the population, whatever effect they are going into will translate and communicate and transfer to the rest of the population. So within this study, they had 24, I think it was 24 cities, they had about 10,000 participants, and they only had 100 people meditating. But statistically, they measured the crime rate. They measured different things that they had stipulated and identified that they could objectively measure peace with. You know, crime rate, murder rates, all of the nasty things that are opposite to peace. And they found that those rates went down. Well, they studied this effect further, and they said, okay, well, if you have 1% that creates a huge shift and change in a population because of the resonance factor and the mirror effect that the resonance laws bring, what is the minimum number? The least amount? Well, they found that if you have the square root of 1% of that population, that's the minimum base number that gets this effect going. Okay, so you're probably sitting there saying, okay, what is she talking about? You know, this is business here. This isn't meditation. Why is she talking about meditation in regards to my business? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so think about how many people you are meeting with, okay, and all the no's that you've been hearing. And what I want you to do is forget about all the no's. I want you to focus on the people who said yes. The focus is on the people who said yes and how it felt in the conversation with the people who said yes and what it is that exchanged and happened in that conversation with the people who said yes. Because the people who said yes are a part of a population of people who will say yes to you. They're not independent. Everything is connected. Nothing is separate. So if you're talking to one person and that one person says yes, yes, okay, you might hear 99 no's, but that one person said yes. That's the 1%. Okay, now that 1%, it doesn't matter if you've met with 99 people. When you meet with that one more person that says yes, that yes, who's connected with the other yeses, that'll shift the tide. Okay, that ignites. And you don't even need necessarily that one yes, you need a portion of a yes. Okay, so think about all of the people who have said yes to you. Think about those conversations. Feel how those conversations felt. Notice what exchanged in that conversation. Focus your energy and your intention and your attention, and yes, I did say two different words, intention and attention, on those that said yes. They are part of a larger population of people who said yes. Now, if you want to make your job easier, you can say, okay, what problem did these people have? What solution did I bring them? You know, what was the process like if I've already worked with them? What are the values and the benefits and the things that came out of the service or product that I provided for them? What happened and unfolded that was beneficial in our relationship and as a result of our relationship and service? What came out of it for them? Write all of these things down. This is your population. You're not trying to serve all people. You're serving this population. This population, when you focus and become intentional about this population, you're going to start hearing the yeses. And you don't have to get every yes. You need to get one or less than one, or the square root rather, of 1% of the entire population. Okay? And that's the base number that gets everything to shift. When you get that one yes, everyone else that they're connected with, that is also your niche, your avatar, your ideal client, they become primed with a yes. Now, if you're focusing on all of the people that have been telling you no and how to fix the no and change the no and get the no to become a yes, you are creating more no's. That's just the basic truth. But if you focus on who said yes, how did that conversation feel? What is it that I said? What is it that they said? What did they need? What did I hear that they needed? How did I meet that need? How did I deliver and over-deliver and serve the outcome that they desired? How did we work together? What felt so good? What came out of the process? What grew? What expanded? What decreased? What let go of? Focus there. Focus there. And if you are somebody who meditates, or maybe you're somebody who exercises, and you get into that moment where you're in deep thought and feeling, those are prime, awesome moments to go into these conversations. Not the no's, but the yes conversations, the ones that felt magnificent and delightful and fantastic, and the yes came, and it came so easy, and it was just a fantastic relationship, fantastic process. Focus your energy there. Now, I'm going to give you an example of this. If you are a cookie lover, or even an entrepreneur and business lover, you may have heard of Debbie Fields, who is the founder of Mrs. Fields. This is a company that is worth over $450 million and growing. Her business plan has been taught at schools such as Harvard Business. It is a very successful company, and it started with one very passionate entrepreneur, just like you. She didn't have any ingredients, so to speak, that you don't have. So let me tell you a little bit about Debbie Fields, and something that really speaks to the mindset and the focus and the intention that you want to bring to your yeses. When Debbie Fields launched her business, she heard a lot of no's. No. Okay? She grew her business to over $450 million, and it continues to grow. And what she actually learned was the importance of intention. When she launched her business, on the day that they opened, she and her husband set a bet that she couldn't make $50. Well, she took that bet. She took that bet, and she found herself sitting in her store. The doors were open, but no customers were coming in. This is law of attraction. I have an empty store, which means I'm going to attract more empty store. My clients aren't coming to me. Well, I'm not coming to my clients either. Still, you got an empty store. Hours went by with her store being open, and no customers were coming in. She was unwilling to end that day and lose the bet. So she grabbed her tray, put her fresh cookies on her tray, and started walking up and down the sidewalk. She approached everyone, and she gave her cookies away. Why? Because she wanted to connect people with the delicious experience of her cookies that she knew once they had, they would be a yes. She wanted to give them an opportunity to say yes. One of her strategies is that she never, ever asks for anyone, or asks anyone a question where they're going to say no. She won't do it. So if she needs to travel and she needs to book a hotel and she wants the best rate, when she calls up the hotel, she'll say things like, what is your name? Who am I speaking with? And they'll say, my name is Jane. And she'll say, okay, fantastic, Jane. Are you the person who can say yes? You know, are you the person who has the authority? If I'm going to talk with you about some things, that you actually have the full authority to say yes. And if not, who is that person? So she asks for the person who can say yes. And then when she gets on the phone with them, she chats with them, finding out what's your name and what is it that you do. And then she says, if I asked you a question and you had the ability to say yes, would you? And they say, yes, I would. Then she says, are you the person who can give me the best price? She says, you know, and then she just asks for the best price. What is the best price that you can offer? Is that the best price you can offer? Are you willing to give me the best price? And she's always willing to negotiate. Now you think somebody who owns a $450 or $50 million company, they're negotiating hotel rates? This is a business owner. She's willing to pay for value. She's always willing to ask for the best price. She's willing to look at the value, ask for the value, and pay for the value. And she's willing to talk with somebody who's willing to have that conversation. Now, where does that come from? That comes from her. That comes from her as an entrepreneur. That comes from her in service to her customers. So she's willing for her customers to ask for the best value and to provide the best value to them. She's willing to say yes to what it is that they're asking for and need in regards to the value of her product or service. She's always willing to do that. She got out of her store. She walked up and down the street, giving people the cookies, inviting them in to buy more, giving them the value, allowing them to say yes, and positioning things so that they could say yes. So this is a very valuable lesson because she went out to the square root of the 1% of the population of cookie eaters. She got in front of them and she invited them and introduced her program, her product, or her service, her cookies, to them, giving them the opportunity to experience them and say yes. Then she invited them in, offered them an opportunity to expand their pleasurable experience, in which they said yes. She ignited the square root of the 1%, focused on the 1%, and that grew into 450 million plus. Her business continues to grow and thrive. She never asks somebody a question in which there is the possibility of a no. She's always focused on the yes. So as an entrepreneur, one thing you're going to throw out the door is the no. First, throw it out within yourself. Now, it might mean that you apply some focused intention, saying, okay, well, I've got some no's going on in my life. How do I bring them into a yes? What is it that I need to open up and allow for in my life? What is it that I need to give to myself? What is it that I need to allow myself to receive? What is it that I'm going to start saying more yeses to? And what am I going to start saying no more, no way, no how? And I give that quote to Marsha Weeder, who is just such a delightful inspiration and friend in my life. So, thank you, Marsha, for the no more, no way, no how response. But what are you going to do in regards to those no's that you've been giving yourself in the place that you want to say yes? Get yourself into alignment. Bring yourself into alignment and allowing there. Then stop focusing on all the people that are saying no to you and focus on who do you serve? What problem do you solve? And get in front of them. Focus on all the people that said yes, 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 yes. And focus there. Allow yourself to pursue there. Go find them, because if you're willing to go find them in law of attraction, you're inviting and you're mirroring, or you will receive the mirror effect of them finding you. Be willing to go out there, reach out to them, not based on the fact that you want to get the sale, but because you want from your heart to help them with something that you know your product or service helps with and provides the effect. So this is a mini lesson. Let's take after Debbie Fields, Mrs. Fields. Let's allow ourselves to focus, be intentional, go after the 1%. All we need to do is start affecting the square root of the 1% to start getting the change going. Follow it all the way through. Let go of all of the no's. Let go of all the nonsense in your life. The things that you don't want more of in your life, start withdrawing your attention from them. Give your attention and intention where you want it to expand and grow. Be passionate, be excited, be enthusiastic, and go for it. Because the one thing I know is that you're fully capable, and I believe in you. All right. Take good care. Come see me at Attract Your Best Life Now. If this session serves you and you know other entrepreneurs, other people who would benefit from refocusing from their no to their yes and going after that 1%, just getting that square root of 1% going, please share this with them. Give this episode in session a like, and I look forward to serving you in the next session. Take very good care and have a prosperous day.